my first time filming and riding off-road, like trails. So, welcome to Blue Ox Dual Sport. Like, subscribe. It would be awesome of you. This is the kind of stuff I'll be doing. All right. I angled the camera down a little bit. So let's see what she does, huh? Alright. So recording. Oh yeah. So I had never been here until this year. I had the XR for 3 years, 3 seasons, and never rode here. This is the closest riding area to my house. There's another one that's only about 5 to 10 minutes further that my brother-in-law and I used to go to a lot, but it was because it was in between his house and my house. I knew about this place, but I'd never ridden. Now, that butte up there with the towers, I've ridden up there, and that's where we're gonna go tonight. But I always rode right past this riding area. But a buddy of mine, I always bought this RMZ. He was like, "Hey, let's go ride Henderson Flats with that RMZ you got." So we did. It was awesome, and I've been out here multiple times since then. Brought the RMZ out here another time before I sold it, and then I brought the KTM out here. I never rode the XR out here, but I brought the KTM out here as soon as I bought it, and it's pretty awesome. But this is the first time with these tires, so here we go. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, so far pretty squirrely. That's been my experience so far with these tires is off-road. Honestly, they don't bite very good. They're not. This is dry desert terrain, and I don't know. We'll find out. Let's see. Alright, so I'm tired here now. This will be a little interesting. Let's take the little one for now, huh? Second gear is a really nice overlap from first. It's actually really nice. I'm going to come on down here. Second gear has a really nice overlap, so you can kind of lug in, and then you don't have to rev out first. But yeah, this trail and this riding area is pretty badass. As you can see, it's 2-track, made for quads and dirt bikes. It's not directional. As far as I can tell, none of the trails are directional. And it's got, range. I think this one's probably a blue or a green. There's some black in here. But all that means basically is you're going slower. There you go. There's 34 black. And it just means you're going slower. So if you want to come out here, come out, check it out. I've climbed up that. Never mind. I don't want to go down. Pretty damn steep. Probably heard, don't ride by yourself. I ride by myself all the time. I just sent my wife a glimpse, so she knows where I'm at. If I stop moving for too long, she'll probably call. If I don't answer, Should probably send help. So it's 7:45 at night. Sun's going down pretty soon. I just wanted to get a ride in, do some filming, try these tires out, try the sprocket out. I mean, just really wanted to get a little bit in, you know, so what the hell. Anyways, as I was saying, a lot of people say don't ride by yourself. Well, how about if you are going to ride by yourself, don't ride stupid. So anyways, I'm a pretty confident rider, but I know my limits, especially when I'm by myself. So, and I'm filming, so it'd be kind of silly for me to do something stupid, get it on film. But anyways, yeah, so this place is pretty awesome. Lots of cool trails. It's not huge. It's a relatively small OHV park, but it's perfect for just an afternoon. It would be fine for an all-dayer. It wouldn't be, I don't think it'd be a good weekender unless you brought the family. And if I get all the kids, I have a dirt bike and a quad for the kids. If I got 4 kids, so I gotta get a couple more toys in the shopping cart before we can really bring the whole family out. But when we do that, man, I can see us bringing the motor home. Oh, trying to bring in my meter, huh? I can see bringing the motor home up here with the utility trailer and spending the weekend up here with the kids. That way the kids, you know, I mean, they can just kind of putt around the campsite or whatever. And if I got some friends or something, we can rip, you know. Alright, so okay, we're good, Katie, we're good. I'm moving, I promise. Alright, we're gonna go down here. There's a road that's gonna take us up and over that peak. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go up and over the peak and loop around and back home. I love that loop. I call it my, I don't know what I call it. Gray Butte Loop. I don't like, answer. Hey Senna, answer. Hey, it worked. Oh yeah. Man. So I gotta say the 48 suit's doing just fine out here. Obviously it's a little higher geared. I had a 52 before, so it's a little higher geared than the 50, but I like it. I'm doing fine. Tires are doing good. Hooking up fine. Whew. Yeah, I can just plug that second gear. Woo. And if I want to, I can put it down. Woo. And I'm in second right now, and I can hold these trails really tight. I love it. I freaking love the second gear on this thing. It is so versatile. Watch that one. I bashed my head on that one before. Don't know what's on the other side of that. So anyway, as you can see, these trails are freaking awesome. Whoever built this OHV park, whoever maintained it, thank you. You guys are awesome. If I can find a way to support you guys, I will. Because these OHV parks in Oregon, woohoo, are amazing. If you guys ever get a chance, if you're not from Oregon, get a chance to come out here and ride. We've got some really good stuff out there. And if you haven't noticed, this is my first time filming and riding off-road, like trails. So, welcome to Blue Ox Dual Sport. Like, subscribe. It would be awesome of you. This is the kind of stuff I'll be doing. My buddy over in Salem, he's got the KTM. We're planning on doing, you know, handful of things here and there this year, hopefully, if we can make it happen. And his buddy Mike, he's got the DR, big thumper DR 650. But we'll do some moto camping, riding like this, and super stoked about doing that. Yeah, these tires are doing pretty good. Quite a bit better than the last tires that were on this thing. Those Kenda Washougal are probably a really awesome tire when they're new, but boy, those things were just trash. They were smoked. So these are new, and they ride like they're new. And I'm getting a little more comfortable, so ride a little harder, but I haven't ridden out here a lot by myself, so it's not going to get stupid, but hell, riding, baby. Alright, so here's that road. It's going to take us up and over, but let's do a little more trail, huh? This trail loops in to that, back into that road, so I'm having fun on the trail. Let's do it. I'm hoping to do a GP on this thing this year. We'll go this way. A little tougher, a little tighter anyway. Hoping to do a GP on this thing this year. And this is kind of my practicing grounds, I think. It's got some pretty tight stuff. You can get up to speed. There's lots of trees. And in Oregon, as far as the GPs that I've looked into, there's lots of freaking trees. And doesn't look like a lot of speed for the most part in the GPs that I've seen on YouTube that are here local. Oh, off the trail. Ah. Woohoo! Alright. Pay attention. Anyway, here I am talking about doing a GP thing on the trail by myself. It's because I'm talking and not focused. This is real soupy down here, sandy shit. See how the tires do. The front is doing really well. I say the rear's doing good too, but I'm really impressed with the way the front's hooking up in these corners. Where are we at? I hit my head on that tree too. It's always fun. Alright, where are we at? But yeah, GP, man, they're scrambled. There's some dual sport rides that I'd like to do too that are, you know, a lot less aggressive and racy. Just rides that I'm really wanting to do. I've never done really any group rides before. I've just ridden with maybe a couple buddies. I've never done a group ride. I'm going to do that. I've got a lot of things on the list this year if I can get out and do them. Probably no big adventure rides other than just a couple weekenders. So, alright, so there's some fun stuff, some fun tracks. But I think we're going to be done with the track. And we're going to ride the road now. So, everybody says the 16 is like the bike. Because it was the last year, so the most updated version of the 12 to 16. And so, you know, hey, so everybody likes the suspension, the engine. I don't know all of what they changed in 17. I do know that, like, they got rid of the kickstart in 17. Obviously the plastics are updated, look a lot better. 14 is when they updated the plastics. And they do look better than the 12 to 13. In my opinion, this fender is a big dorky looking dog hanging out on the front of it compared to like 17 or even 14 from what I've seen. So I'm hoping to upgrade to a 14 headlight mask is plastic. But anyway, my point is, this bike may be stuck with me forever. I don't know. We'll see. One thing I did realize is this bike will never be a passenger carrier. And honestly, I've always wanted to be able to take my wife on an adventure ride, but I don't think she wants to. It's a dream of mine, and that's not going to happen on this bike. So hopefully someday what I'll do is I'll just upgrade, or I'll buy an additional bike. Right now this is all I've got, but maybe someday I'll buy an additional bike and it'll be like a 690, oh hell, maybe I'll go all the way and get like a GS or something. I don't know. This isn't really the way. We'll stick with the program here. Actually, well, it doesn't matter. I know I can go up there that way and still make it to where I'm trying to go. So stick with the program. Anyways, adventure riding is definitely something that I want to do. I want to do it with my wife. I want to go on trips. I may have to wait until I retire to do that. I don't know. Definitely have to wait until the kids get older. But it's something I'm going to do someday. Kind of like Travis, with every single Sunday, he went and got, I believe, a 790 or an 890. It's not a 690. It's either a 790 or an 890. Or enduro. I don't know why I lose track of what you call those things. But anyways, I thought that was pretty cool. He's a single track guy. That's what I know him for. That's what I know him for, is single track. And now he's posting videos of himself riding this freaking adventure bike on single track. It's awesome. I love it. That's how I would ride a 790 if I had one. I would totally ride a 790 like this, like off-road trails, not just dirt roads, but rough stuff, technical stuff. So anyways, this bike, I can see just rebuilding the components and keeping this thing in tip-top shape for a lot of years to come. A lot like people do the XR. I mean, that XR that I had was an 02. I could have kept that if I wanted to ride a little bit milder. I could have kept that bike forever, just like guys do with DR650 or DRZ400. Check out. I mean, most of these bikes, these well-built, really well-known dual sport bikes, can last a lifetime. And so I kind of started thinking that way with this bike. I don't know if I knew the XR was going to be a stepper for me. I had no intention of keeping that thing for very long. I kept it for 3 years. That was about as long as I expected to keep it. For this reason, I'm an aggressive rider. I want to ride a modern bike. I've always wanted fuel injected. This is the first fuel injected bike I've ever ridden. And I have to say, I'm very impressed. Even just a little bit that I've ridden, I love it. Fuel injection is the shit. So, anyways, I took the XR. I don't know if you can see that. That road that goes up the side of that freaking butte there. I took the XR up that almost to the top. I stopped shy of the top because there's a section at the very top that's just nothing but baby heads. And I was by myself, and I'm like, I had just gotten a bike too. And I rode dirt bikes growing up. I started my first bike when I was 5, and I always rode trail bikes. I lived on a farm. I rode this stuff my whole life growing up, just trails, and never did motocross, anything like that. But I was always pretty aggressive, and I didn't have a bike from the time I was 20 years old till I was 32. So I'd gone a long time without riding. My first bike bike to get back on was a freaking XR650L. I was totally ready and confident for that bike. I knew that I could ride it, and I was right. You know, I got it. I was really comfortable on it right when I got it. But the damn thing was heavy. If you guys have ever ridden one of those, you know those things in the VRs, they're tanks. The Honda is 340 pounds change dry, and you know, you put saddlebags or a rack on it, put something on the rack, well, you're looking, you know, 350, 360 or more. I had a Clark tank on it, 4.7 full. Man, I don't even know what that thing must be. I mean, I know that I've gone on some adventure rides that I was pushing 400 pounds just biking, and I rode it really well. And I loved it, but I always knew that I would be better off or happier with a lighter bike. And that was really the key here. And the funny thing is, what I did is I bought that RMZ and I rode it. I'd never really ridden a 450, a race bike. Like I said, I grew up riding trail bikes, so I get this race bike, like legitimate race bike. And I loved it. And but what I realized was it wasn't that I wanted the dual sport aspect, the floaty suspension, the moto camping, and a race bike. What I wanted was both in one bike, and I knew that I could get that with the KTM 500. And so I went on the hunt. I sold the RMZ. I only owned it for a week. I had it a week. And I made my decision. I sold the RMZ, put the XR up. This place is super cool. I didn't bring my pistol, otherwise I'd probably shoot. But Gray Butte trailhead, so there's the trailhead up in there. I found a buck in there one time when I was deer hunting. Didn't shoot it, didn't get a shot on it, I should say. I would have shot it. But yeah, this is Gray Butte. Pretty cool place. There's roads all over out here too. It's a small area. It's kind of locked in by two highways, but there's a lot of area between these two highways. It's fun. There's some gates, but it's all BLM. As far as I know, there's no private land out here. And so if you see a gate, you can open it, just close it, because people run cattle. That's why the gates are here. You can see like that road there. That road goes up there to a water trough. I think you might be able to scale up to the top on that. I've never ridden up there, and I'm not going to tonight. Because as you can see, I'm losing daylight. So anyways, back to the 500. Oh yeah, the other day I rode up on top of that where the sun's just peeking over it. That's pretty cool ride too. I actually think that might be private. I don't know.